Mom and Dad had invented: augmented reality dive masks. It was kind of like that old Pokemon Go game, only way more sophisticated and advanced. The AR dive masks used tons of data and charts created from high-tech surveying, sonar readings, and archaeological research to overlay an image of what an ancient place used to look like over what was there now. In our case, we could see the outline of an ancient Egyptian temple superimposed over what was there now: murky darkness and swirling sand. Up on the surface, Storm was running the submersible Wi-Fi system that streamed all the data needed to create the augmented reality images projected on the interior glass of our dive masks. That data, and the same kind of information for a treasure hunt to be announced later, as Mom and Dad put it, was actually stored on a single super laptop computer on board the Lost. It had a bajillion petabyte hard drive. Okay, I made that number up. Let's just say the thing's storage capacity is ginormous. The AR dive masks are how we had just located a priceless marble statue of Cleopatra, who looked like she'd been holding her breath underwater for more than 2,000 years. Suddenly, all the augmented reality visuals inside our masks disappeared. The glass went blank, until we saw a fresh video image: Storm waving her hand over her head. She wasn't waving howdy. She was giving us a dive distress signal. The one for trouble on the surface. Chapter 2. The three of us kicked our way topside as quickly as we could. The first thing I saw was Storm perched in the bow of the dive boat. She looked horrified. She was also pointing at the horizon. The second thing I saw was the thing that had horrified Storm: the Lost. On the horizon. On fire! Great big black billowy clouds were boiling up off the stern. The dark and lumpy cloud clumps were chased skyward by orange flames lashing up from the diesel-fueled engines down below. "Are Mom and Dad okay?" shouted Beck, who had her mask tilted back on her head. "I don't know," said Storm. "Their communications cut out the same instant the data stream did." Tommy was already clambering up into the inflatable rubber raft we used for our dive boat. "The fire suppression system down in the engine room should have kicked in," he shouted. "Well, obviously it didn't," said Beck, hauling herself up into the boat with a sideways flop. "Come on, Bick. We need to go put out that fire." I grabbed hold of the slick sides of the 16-foot dinghy and pulled myself on board. "I suspect electrical issues," said Storm. "Impossible," said Tommy, yanking on the outboard motor's starter cord. "Dad and I thoroughly inspected every single wire, switch, electrical outlet, and circuit breaker last week." Beck and I exchanged a glance. We wondered if Tommy left his hairdryer running this morning. It's how he keeps his swooping mane so swingy and fluffy. As we raced, puttered, the dive boat isn't all that fast, across the choppy water and pulled closer to the Lost, we could feel the heat radiating off the fireball at the rear of the ship. We could also smell the acrid odor of burning oil and melting rubber. Then came the explosion. A tremendous fireball burst through the roof of the wheelhouse. "That sounded like a bomb," said Storm. "You guys," I said, "this might not be an accident. This might be an attack." Storm flashed a Morse code message with her very shiny signal mirror. "Their electronic devices and cell phones don't seem to be working. I'll let them know the old-fashioned way, that help is coming." "Smart thinking, Storm," said Tommy, twisting the engine throttle as far as he could.